The clock winds back to the start of the journey to Penacony. The Astral Express, upon invitation from the watchmaker, heads to a cosmic vacation spot, the Reverie Hotel, for a banquet. A grand struggle for a legacy begins. Numerous factions enter a confrontation between the emanator of the nihility, Acheron. The Express crew thus delves into the heart of the situation. To fulfill the wishes of their predecessors, the future of Penacony remains uncertain. In the very end, Sparkle makes a grand return with a startling bombshell.
Life's just like a game of tiles. You never know what's gonna come up next.
Well, looks like you have a new plan. I'll wait to...
The conductor doesn't... Amphorius.
Yeah, that's what you haven't been with us on the express.
We should consider Pom-Pom's opinion.
Yeah. Plus, even if we pass.
In other words, we won't be...
Or we could also revisit our previous.
Creating chaos is also a means of maintaining social stability, if you ask me.
If you have the time for mindless gossip.
They say this is all part of ongoing investigations. I mean, look at us. This sudden surge in...
Sounds like you've got insider intel. Are the stories going around true? What?
Those are some difficult questions. Didn't I just say that creating chaos is... Who knows who's been fanning the flames? But they...
Oh, I've heard those. Conspiracy theories about how the IPC had...
Oh, the truth has probably been long buried under all the hearsay. All I can say for...
You mean the former Oak family head?
Bingo. Most of the blame was pinned on him when the Charmony Festival was abruptly cancelled. Heck, forget his whereabouts. Nobody even knows if he's still alive. Talk about...
I've heard another theory about that family head. I beg your pardon, sirs. Dreamweavers are carrying out inspections on the routes around here, and all affected facilities have been closed off.
What happened? Is this because of the Stellaron? Jeez, are we Pentaconians never gonna...
There is no cause for alarm, sir. The Stellaron has already been sealed. This is just a routine inspection. Please rest assured that the family will do everything in our...
I see. We'll leave.
Excuse me, sir. Have we met before?
Oh. Do you recall when or where?
My bad. I must be mistaken. Sorry about that.
You sure have a knack for stirring up.
We shouldn't run into any problems with you around.
Spare a thought for me, will you?
And that is exactly why I need you.
The only one... What about her?
At least, she was spared from...
What a shame, huh?
Why do you say that?
Just thought that being mean might be more effective than consoling you. I've seen plenty like you. Eager for everyone to take you to task after a set. That said, if I'd really want...
You're right.
She should still be in Pentacony.
That won't be necessary. I'm sure you already know. I can't bring myself to see her when I'm a fugitive.
All right, then let's keep going. Help. Being a fugitive returned to their home. So exciting.
I see 2 bloodhounds. They appear to be on official... What's happening at Ideen Park?
Hey! Hey! In case you didn't notice...
My apologies. I forgot that...
Remind me, Why do I have to make this
We've been through this. You're the only one. Besides, we once lived a cat and...
You certainly don't have much of one.
Yet you will repay this favor all the same.
Holy moly.
When you were abandoned in the wild, when you were at your wit's end and felt lost about your future...
Okay, I get it already. I don't understand. Why, did they make you a deal?
Regrettably, Ladybug.
Go now. You are free, O Chosen One.
I will...
As I mentioned earlier,
She only left me with a most intriguing... I'll only know when I find out what...
But nothing good ever comes out of...
I'll cross that bridge when I get to it.
By walking straight...
Or by making... When it's time to go. This...
Can't you just look back on...
There's something else I want to do, too. The embryo of philosophy may have fallen.
Get off your high horse.
I might have gone astray.
Then you should also know that the IPC...
You know how it is. The tie should be on the center line. The same applies when bidding my home.
But what has Ideen Park got to do with you? Don't tell me that the founder is one of your
Sorry.
That sounds familiar.
I'm aware of the situation.
What? What are you talking, Mr. 1 Week? Please.
I want to know what's going on in there.
There's nothing much to say.
Aftermath.
You are?
Renowned workaholic, Mr.
Oh, I see. Coming back to the topic of the park.
What happens if you violate...
It's baffling, but correct.
Yeah, that works. Can you...
Please take these notes with you.
You shouldn't have said that just now.
Said what?
Mr. Workday?
I was just telling the truth. So, why are we here? You managed...
You could say that. We were taking a walk in the park, like in hindsight. That was probably...
You rose through the ranks soon after.
Quite the contrary.
Was that his way of training?
Perhaps he was just using an approach with lighter consequence. This place is no exception. The distorted...
Let's see what we have on these notes. No consumption of food except for burgers. What? No consumption of food other than burgers.
I have nothing against desserts.
What happens if I...
It's as the Bloodhound said.
Huh.
Wait, don't...
Ah,
That's odd.
didn't I tell ya? The family can... Next on the list is the stage. Let's go and check it out. Only cast and crew members are allowed...
And an easy one to test. Not...
Huh?
Let's try that again.
What's going on?
Guide those who have lost their way.
You've been iron-fisted. Wait a sec.
I tried to warn you.
Ugh.
How do you feel?
Now?
In any case, say what you will, but I can't...
What's the plan?
Nothing complicated. All distortions have their root. When a distorted after echo manifests to... Then, I'll use the power of tuning to...
So, can I take it that rules are meant to be broken now? Do not discard trash. This is absurd.
Children tend to be fascinated by such
Forget it. I don't even know how to joke about this. Something's happening. Huh. What is this?
We're not breaking enough rules. We should look elsewhere, too.
Please do not use Soul Glad bottle caps sold by the Dream Jolt Troop. Where? Please do not use Soul Glad but the Dream Jolt troop where? Are they hiding? Oh, there it is.
Just one moment.
Let me translate that for you.
I'm afraid you're going to have to handle it.
Handle this? Wait, is that really all you've got?
May I remind you that I am currently...
Whew. Luck's on our side. Shall we give this capsule machine a try and see what happens? Nothing's off so far. Maybe we should open the capsule? They can't be seriously go- No.
A little more heat.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Bust? Or maybe I'll take it all! Watch your head!
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
More seasoning. Since you're already here, why not have a meal before you leave?
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Oh, did they have to do that? They could.
Perhaps making the attractions no...
Aren't the rules being too...
Enough. The location of the distort...
Oh, there it is. Huh.
Time for it to disappear from...
Reveal thyself unto me, as is customary. All...
Whoa. It worked.
So long as there remains a need for me to keep a low profile, I'm...
That's true. Come to think of it, you had always been in the spotlight, be it as a respected member of the...
Sometime before I turned 6.
That was sarcasm, in case you didn't realize.
You never forget times of failure.
Ugh, you're probably the only one who can... What is it this time?
Just looking back.
But nothing's there.
That's the whole point of revisiting a place. When I look at everything here, the memories are so fresh. When the younger me tasted failure here, I ran myself ragged to fix the mess.
I thought myself no longer the same person as before. I'm glad for this chance to look back on my past in this way. Come now. We should...
So, where are we heading next?
OT Mall. There are bloodhounds stationed along the way, though.
I don't mean to meddle, but I'd advise you to stay away from that place.
Did something happen?
There isn't any concrete information yet, but anomalies have been reported around the area. The family... You okay?
I'm fine. The Stellaron incident may have been quelled, but who is to say that nobody has another agenda? Thanks for the tip, sir. We'll make a detour. May you stay safe.
Hold on. Sweet Dreams are technically safe, but it would be wise to look out for oncoming vehicles.
Thank you.
Whew, that was no ordinary passerby. It's a miracle that he didn't see through your disguise.
The Astral Express should have departed a long time ago. We needn't change our plans because of him. I hope nothing terrible has fallen upon Penacony while I was in captivity the last few days. Come now. It's time we set off. Let's not stick too close to each other, just in case. A few feet or so between us will do. Seems I let my wishful thinking get the best of me.
I will, but put your hands behind your back and answer my questions in short sentences.
Short sentences?
I need to make sure your words aren't concealing any dangerous incantation.
I can't believe I've left everyone with such a peculiar... Please, believe me when I say that I didn't come back here with ill intent.
I'm afraid I won't be taking your words at face value. Answer me. What are you doing here?
It looks like there's only one way to gain your trust. Come on out, 1 week. We found ourselves an ally. My sister has likely made an agreement. As you can see, I've only...
Agreed. But until I left my home in a hurry. That said, I can't make this call by my...
The Astral Express crew is in Penacony.
Come with me. We'll go find them.
Okay. Boy.
Well, we're here. They should be...
Mr. Yang, if you don't mind, now that the crisis on the planet of festivities has been averted, shouldn't the Astral Express have departed to continue? Could it be that someone stirred up trouble after I left?
And if that were in...
I doubt I'm in any position to be proposing ideas, but I'm happy to defer to the nameless.
There's no need to worry. All is well in Penacony. Our reason for lingering...
A passenger?
The Express has been commissioned to send a passenger back home. We're just resting up.
By passenger, do you mean this lady here? Oh, these ladies?
This... how?
You're finally here, Mr. Yang. We have a...
Isn't it fascinating how variables never... I have no interest in the Harmony's celebration, so it's only natural for me to turn down the invitation. I hear that the Astral Express has established a Could there be more to it? Logic. The average Pathstrider wouldn't leave any trace behind. It's a pity we do not communicate much within the system. That Foxian girl has indeed been through an... So, is it out of goodwill that the Astral... Looks like this is one exceptional passenger.
So, is anyone gonna tell me what's going on? March?
Oh, about that. You don't have to tell him that. Forget it. I'll tell you. We walked around with Miss Ting-Yun for a while after...
Did something happen in...
Actually, it's more like it was someone's fault. We met a Pepeshi filming a Try Not to Laugh...
So that sort of try not to laugh challenge.
I didn't really want to do it.
What happened?
Oh, come on, stop interrupting. So, we had some candy, and Miss Ting-Yun ate the candy too. But she only sneezed nonstop. Achoo! Achoo! Sneeze after...
What's your take on...
The dreamscape is a Memoria world. It is likely there is no cause for concern.
Mr. Yang?
It's okay. You can reveal yourself now.
I was only being careful, or we would help me remove my disguise.
It's been a while, everyone.
You!
Everyone, stay calm. I believe that at this point, Sunday has no reason to be dishonest. Mr. 1 Week here is an old acquaintance.
Pleased to meet you, fair lady. And you, of course. You're the heavyweight who pummeled this control freak.
The surprises just keep pouring in.
Let's leave this discussion for later. For now,
That's not gonna be easy. You'll see what I mean.
Miss March 7th, have you taken the time to consider
Your suggestion?
It's me! I'm the one who wants everything you to come together. How often do you get the chance to work with yourself? I know, we can't leave the dreamscape to trade...
I guess I can there. Now...
there does appear to be an element of her.
Forget about it. How are you gonna clone...
Mr. Yang mentioned the Express's next voyage is to send a passenger back home.
Yes, more specifically...
The Law Fu. Didn't the Antimatter Legion launch an ambush on the Law...
Quite the contrary. She might have been the person.
Looks like...
Story for another time. As host of the Dreamscape,
I don't have much to go on now. Perhaps we should talk to the other...
That sounds nice. People never. But then again, gifts should be. If we really want to do this right, then. She makes.
You sure have a way of not.
these three Tingyuns don't look like they'll be.
So, what do you...
Let's try a different name.
Oh, don't we sound chummier that way? I took a...
The problem with Miss Tingyun is just as I suspected before. In other words, it means that...
Okay.
At any rate, this is a known occurrence. The only problem is that these Miss Tingyuns are too...
One that we can speak, but it may take me a while to. Huh? Yikes! Huh? You can't fly. I can. I'll take you next time. Should.
Nah, I think...
Even if that's true.
Were you all looking for me?
Found her!
It's nothing special, really.
She ought to meet your.
Worth a try. My lady, if I may...
Before you start.
It is not my intention.
That is true.
If you still have concerns. We were also...
There's no need for that.
Are you all right with this?
I go as the wind.
Then kindly forgive our intrusion.
What the... Did any of you hear a voice just now?
A voice?
Never mind.
Look! It's working!
Never did I expect that every encounter with you would always be in moments of distress. Did I conduct myself improperly?
Miss Tingyun, you're finally back! You may be small, but you're pretty amazing. Huh? What's wrong?
It's nothing. Just a trivial...
What do you sense?
I should have let you handle it yourself. This girl is not as ordinary as I nearly died. Just now.
Don't be afraid. What is... No matter what you see, you only need... You're not alone.
Who... And... who am I? Is that where I came from? And where does this... That looks so familiar. Does she want to lead me somewhere?
The life support pod is ready. They were only...
That's great. Otherwise, that...
You're still trying. There's no...
I'm not a genius, so I don't understand...
Excuse me. Can they not? This girl is... Tingyun. What if...
Don't question it. Keep moving forward.
It's you again. Who's talking to me? These are
wounds left by the destruction. They have taken root within your body and cannot...
The destruction? Please, who are you?
I can't go to you. All I can do...
You want me to go through here? Do I have to...
There's no need for that. It's Don't fight it. Embrace it. Try to coexist with it. Think of it as...
My... scars? Wait! Is this called... coexisting?
Don't worry. As I said before, you're not alone.
Until everything burns to ashes!
Dream vanished.
Set the seas ablaze!
Eternal.
Fight to live! Set the seas ablaze!
Clouds scattered.
All will be swept away by the wind.
How can it be? Why are... The ones from before weren't defeated either?
As I said before, you can't defeat them. No one can. You can fall into the darkness and die alongside these scars, or bring them with you when you return to the world here.
Return to the world? What are you saying? Oh. No wonder those two ignored me. Am I just a wandering spirit?
Close, but not quite.
So... I'm...
You can think of it that way.
Based on what you said, even if I should wake up, these wounds that caused my death will remain on my body and never heal? I don't understand. You appear to be...
It's a habit of mine. I believe everyone should have the right to choose whether they wish to return.
Be that as it may, I don't remember anything. There's nothing to help me.
That doesn't matter. I believe the desire to live was born from... You may also prove yourself to be the exception.
How troublesome. But
survival or destruction is no longer. And only by walking this path will you break through the darkness and arrive at my side. Feeling more awake? Congratulations. You attained your... Let me explain. You were attacked by a Lord Ravager, but someone didn't agree with that assessment.
what about the other merchants?
I don't know.
Why me?
Because you were the most unfortunate. You fell into the hand, yet you were also the most fortunate. There is only a fine line between resurrection and escaping death.
My body...
I'm sorry. I can't let you regain your ability to feel just yet. Your body was contaminated by the destruction and suffered severe damage. To prevent its resurgence, I made some minor modification. You'll have to learn to adapt to it. Unfortunately.
Regardless.
There's no need for that. This was me. With this, the debt between the traveling merchant and me. Don't worry about it. You should sleep for a little longer. By the time you wake up, you won't remember any of these details. I'll arrange for someone to send you home. Which reminds you should go with them. It can only help with your...
Are you alright?
Did I pass?
The tuning rebounded and affected 1 week instead.
I suppose there's no point in hiding it from you anymore. Miss Ting-Yun is originally from the Xianzhou. She had an unfortunate...
But something happened to change...
Yes, a genius got involved. She's very accomplished in the field of life science. After that, she asked the Express to escort Miss Ting-Yun back home.
I'm so sorry.
That's all right. So long as nobody was hurt. Can I...
That's fine. We should find another place to talk in.
So glad again.
You'll have to make do.
In any case, I must thank...
It was nothing. Now that the matter with Miss Ting-Yun...
There's no need for that. Mr. 1 Week is in poor condition, so I'll leave Miss Ting-Yun in your...
Huh? But, Mr. Yang, then...
I trust that you can handle it. Besides, Himiko will be...
Okay. We better hurry then. This is ridiculous. How come I keep bumping into colleagues? It's ridiculous. How come I keep bumping into colleagues? Shall we keep going then? Did you forget already?
I'm not too familiar.
As if a merchant could seriously take advantage.
No, I already picked up a few gifts earlier. So that means there's only 3 more left to go. But we've already lost a lot of time. So we better not drag our feet.
Welcome. How can I help you?
Hello there. It's my first time.
Wow, you really know how to flat.
First we have Lady Fu.
Can you picture her? It looks cool, but it's probably... did you pick...
A meticulously thought out and interest. Next is... to Clock Studios theme park to learn more about the... Finally, we have Lady Bailu of the Alchemy. That's a good idea. It might be commonplace. That's all of them. Please, thanks to both your help, everything went smoother.
Why don't we pay another visit to the Dreamscape sales store? You can find memory bubbles.
A souvenir for myself. That's... But there's one more thing I wish to do. Since this is a... This is a good...
Miss Ting-Yoon?
You've looked out for me during our travels together these past few... But there are some things I find difficult. Do you two still remember...
How could we forget? He was so shocked.
Exact. And that's precisely why I haven't been... When I asked for your names, I couldn't help but think that this... First, and I've heard about what happened to you on the Xianzhou. And I've got...
Yeah, we couldn't even tell when you... I figured it happened when we were after Kafka.
But it was that thought has me filled with sorrow. As if that's what I've been puzzled about too. I never actually saw how... What was your impression of that? That part is true. I'm always... So, what did she seem like? I'll just assume that's a compliment. Was there anything particular?
Now's not the time for...
Now, in your eyes, am I just...
Wait, don't you find that question a bit...
Oh, Miss March, you might have the wrong...
Uh-huh?
As a merchant, staying well-informed is crucial. If I had rushed in and out back then, I wouldn't have been much help.
We wouldn't have crossed...
Exactly. Based on your description, that Lord Ravager was indeed cunning. Or did I regret missing out on your Xianzhou journey? But everything... Fantilia had stolen a piece of my life, and a Foxian always... But after thinking it over, the only thing that could be that thought has brought me great comfort. We've never even met before, and here you are, offering your help, just as... And now, I will reclaim everything. Dear benefactors, Looks like we're off to a good start. And you, my dear benefactors, will...
Miss Ting-Yoon, that's way too over the top.
We'll see. I just hope... All right, no more questions. I hope...
A dream about eons?
Welcome to the Dreamscape sales store.
We're looking for some dreams to give as gifts.
Just a friendly reminder. That being said, there are always some. The story unfolds in the Xianzhou Alliance.
Why does that sound odd?
Since I'm returning to the Xianzhou, I think
I love customers like you. So easy to...
So easy to take advantage. Just don't pick anything weird.
Oh, speaking of dreamscapes, I have a gift. After troubling you all this time, I couldn't leave without properly expressing my...
Wow. That's really nice of you.
Here are the dream bubbles I prepared for you. Thank you for your business.
Well, it looks like everything's finally in order. I suppose it's time to head back?
I can't believe it's time for Miss Ting-Yoon to leave. I'm not ready to say goodbye just yet. Yeah, we got delayed on the way. Mr. Yang will explain it. Has the messenger from the Sient?
Long time no see, everyone.
Madame Yuko.
I've imagined this moment many times. I was worried I might embarrass myself in front of you. I even rehearsed every word. But now it seems it was unnecessary. Ting-Yoon, I'm here to take you home.
Madame Yukong, I wasn't expecting it to be you.
I wanted to come because, after all...
Yeah, me.
Your body. It's going to be tough.
I've already escaped death. Also, it's not all bad. I might even beat you at arm wrestling now.
You're still the same. I have a lot I'd like to tell you, but I'll save it for the road. It's a lot. Even if we can't completely rid you of the pain, there must be ways to alleviate...
I have no doubt. But... do I really have to go back to the...
Why? You don't...
Despite Fantilia's ruthlessness, she spared me when I should have been eliminated. It seems as if I've become a pawn.
There are people within the Alliance who also believe that the suspect is now on the...
If that's the case, it's all the more reason for me not to return to the Luofu and
take advantage of the situation.
Right now, the marks of ruin inside me maintain a delicate balance. If possible, please inform the General and arrange for me to meet with the Marshal. Maybe this body of...
When Ron Mei visited the Luofu earlier, she mentioned what happened to you. The Arbiter Generals concluded that Fentilia did not intend for you to survive. If we follow this plan, we must keep your resurrection hidden. I'll support you, no matter...
Then I'm glad. I shall see.
The road ahead is perilous. If you decide to take it, I won't stop you. Maybe I'm being
I've come to see myself clearly in this dream journey. There is someone who can attest to my true intentions. Please follow me. She should be around here somewhere.
Is that...
After a strange encounter, I was fragmented into multiple Ting-Yoons, each embodying, and one of them hasn't returned to me, because she ventured too far.
You mean her? What is she doing?
She's captivated. As a fleeting emotion, she's no different from a newborn. Her boarding this ship was solely down to her inner impulse. Madame Yukong, do you remember? Perhaps that was just an ordinary... That was her first experience with this...
Back then, you were still young enough for me to carry.
You probably still can. Wanna get... Just kidding.
I remember you kept begging me to take you to the Star Skiff, and even dreamed of becoming a pilot. But
this flight was a turning point in my life. The boundless cosmos unfolded before me. In this world, there are paths. Even though I lacked the talent to pilot the Star Skiff and wasn't much of a warrior, even to this day, this
That hasn't changed?
Never. Now I can embark once more on my journey as a traveler of... Speaking of which, how are things with the Whistling Flames?
I've left Yan Ming in charge for now. He's reliable, but he can be a bit extreme, and might not always follow your...
My principles. Forsake what others fight for, and take what others abandon. That's the way to navigate the world and achieve my goals. I will continue. But now I've also learned that while these
But this shouldn't fall on your shoulders to begin with. You are simply an innocent survivor in this war.
Madame Yukong, you were once a survivor. In a hazy dream, I vaguely remember someone telling me, Madame Yukong, the gods use humans as pawns in their cosmic game, sacrificing countless innocent souls. Have you ever thought about making them pay?
Every moment of every day. But as inconsequential as we are, how can we escape the fate of being mere pawns? If I could choose, I would never want you to become a pawn. I just wish you could still be the...
Don't be disheartened, Madame Yukong. Thanks to the favor of the Lord Ravager. Remember, it's often the unassuming pawns, the lone traveler, or the worm that subdues the dragon. So, now I'll become a cunning speck of... Sneeze a few times.
Is this place also affected by the
No, I'm just here to bid farewell. So it shouldn't matter if we add another.
How did you know she would be here?
I didn't. I had a hunch and decided to try my luck.
It's not like you to leave things to luck.
I'm trying to change too.
I don't think you need a bystander in this scenario. Go.
You're not worried I'll take the opportunity to...
I believe you're the kind of person that has the ability and desire. Now then, Mr. 1 Week.
I'm not leaving. No...
Let him stay. He won't be in the way. I actually need 1 week to be there. She shouldn't be seen talking to a fugitive.
You don't intend to reveal your
Both parties don't have to be aware that this is a farewell. I shouldn't put her at risk for my selfishness.
Shall we go then?
Let's go. Our journey can't begin if I can't take this first. Didn't expect to see you here, Miss Robin.
My name is 1 Week.
You're too kind, Miss Robin. You must be very... Well, perhaps the dreamscape is not so different from reality. When we look up into the night sky, the stars aren't really there. The glimmering light. So, have we ever truly seen a real sky? No, no. Today is my rest day. There's going to be a... It's somewhere farther away. They... Miss Robin, may I stay here with you to gaze at the stars before the show begins? Still, these stars are unfamiliar. Perhaps it's both. The Stellaron disaster may not have had any real consequences, but many guests still chose to check out. Did the person you wanted to say them to... Sometimes, what's in your heart doesn't need to be dressed up in words. Maybe he already knows what you want. If you don't mind me asking, there are many such people. I believe they all have the willpower. Are you saying that's not true? Failure may be a... Why? I hope so. The dream jigsaw. I'm still inexperienced, so let's just hope we get lucky. It seems we've been blessed with good fortune today. Another Dreamweaver probably left this behind. The second jigsaw piece. Is this a pair? We should keep looking. It's done. Have a look. Soon, I shall travel to those unfamiliar stars, none of which I recognize. But as long as you continue to gaze upon them from those unfamiliar stars,
That didn't seem like a...
It's enough. I only meant to stay quietly by her side. But why did you do those unnecessary things?
What things?
Those 2 notes. If someone finds them, they can be used as evidence.
Huh. So you can do whatever you want as many times as you want. I don't want to live with regret for the rest of my life either.
Live with...
We're almost done saying our goodbyes, right?
Yes. We only have one but before we leave. I have a question I'd like to ask you, Mr. Yang. I'm curious. Why did you become...
Why the sudden interest?
I always had a feeling that you would never give up on someone who needed help. After spending time at this very moment, there are countless worlds above the skies still waiting for the arrival of the... To trailblaze means to forge ahead.
That's not what I think at all. Besides, the Watchmaker...
And because of that, he bid farewell to the...
Not all journeys lead to the stars. You can think of it this way. The title of name, the goal of my trailblazing is not the unknown. In my homeland, the name Welt means world. It suggests that this is my way of...
Why me?
Like I said before, I left my home and I also know that a person will only be able to... There was never a third person with us, was there?
I told you he'd...
Since you already know 1 week's secret, there's no... Let's go. We'll head straight for the...
I know you can hide your appearance, but trespassing on restricted family ground...
Don't worry. I won't take too much time. I was a child when I first visited the Grand Theater. I remember seeing the light behind the curtains from here. When I returned here many years later as the head of the Oak family.
Now that you've returned to the stage, what are you planning to...
Prepare for my departure. I've always believed that a person's starting point should also be his last stop. Have you ever seen the elderly at the end of their lives? As they welcome their final moments, they invariably, humanity, flaps their wings twice as they complete their journey. 1. I will say goodbye. Here. To the me of yesterday. I really hate this face. My expressions...
I see. That explains why all the halo above your head that symbolizes the harmony, it's been missing since the moment we were...
It's true that this ring was bestowed upon our people by the heavens. While I was in the gallery of thoughts, at the entrance of the dream,
Why?
I am a fugitive, after all. I must remove any chance of being Another reason is, this is how I can cast aside all the blessings of the harmony.
Is that also how Mr. One...
No. He was born from an accident. One that... It was that try not to laugh challenge. I was roaming around as an ordinary person when I unfortunately fell into that Pepeshi's trap. The prank that fragmented Miss Ting-Yun also divided my...
Are you saying that he's a part of you? That's quite...
You could say he's... I too was once a child, with aspirations buried deep within. Maybe if I had made a small change in my childhood... What a pity. Failing to become a better version. So... my final farewell will be like that of Miss Ting-Yun. I will perform, and this also means that 1 week will vanish for good. Is there a possibility that you will be the one who... No. This is a foregone conclusion, but who's to say there won't be any changes? Maybe deep down.
Regardless of the outcome, you will have a witness. I'll be waiting for you in the audience.
Much appreciated. Now, shall we? Anticipating this possibility, you've really changed. I'm about to embark on an unknown journey, where it will be impossible to maintain my orderly life. I will have to navigate unexpected surprises. You're not ready at all, are you? I feel unsettled, maybe even scared. Ever since I left Penacony, I could no longer control everything. Don't flatter yourself. You can't. But isn't that how it is for most people? My fear of the unknown may be a weakness, but your presence has shown me that surprises aren't always... Meeting you has been a great help to me, and I'm glad to have discovered this side of myself. I also feel grateful for the opportunity to tell you this in person. I truly... What? Are you sure you didn't mean the opposite? I must admit, many of your qualities strike a chord with me. There are times when I want to joke around, freely express my thoughts, or my fondness. Then go for it, Sonny. You always talk about locking the bird in the cage, but you're the one. Look at yourself. Besides discipline and hesitation, there's nothing else in your life. If you continue living like a slab of marble... But I dislike people who are frivolous. It makes me uncomfortable to even emulate them. If I fail, I will still uphold my principles. As for the harmony, my stance remains the same. Whether it's you or the paths, if what I want, then this time, my true heart will guide the tuning. I'll leave it to you. What is this? This isn't like you at all. Did you lose your mind after being run over? Failure is always the best teacher. To save more lives, you must first understand what they live for and what they die for. You see? I'm already starting to make changes. Whether it's us merging or one of us disappearing, I'll leave the tuning to fate, and see if I can embrace all that I detest. Only then will I truly be able to walk among the living in there. But what if you can't do it? Well, that's out of my hands. It will... The person who always disappoints his sister. Falling is just another name for flying. That's why I rejoice at my broken wings. Step into the mortal world to see how it truly is. And with my last breath, I'll join the weak in reaching on the planet of festivities. It's not the gods who answer us. I don't have much to say, but when telling jokes, be sincere. Don't sweat the details. Never mind. No objections from me. This is so annoying. How did I become so dull? Well, despite everything, try not to be too hard on yourself. Planet of festivities, land of the dreams. I say goodbye to my home. Should one desire to leave the stage for good,
one must first step back onto the stage!
expected. The trickiest thing is tuning yourself. These dissonant sounds are much too harsh.
Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Noisy.
Enemy targets
I'm
detected.
honored by your... Since you're already here, why not have a meal before the...
Ready for another?
It's on me.
I weep for the departed.
It shall fall. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all. Watch your head.
Echoes of the past. You need not fade away. Follow me. To the stars!
Noisy. They are part of the melody. Disorderly noise.
Hedge your bets.
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
I weep for the departed. It shall fall.
Time has come. Let it be revealed. Is it inevitable for me?
No dirty tricks, Elaine. Again?
Ready for another?
Noisy.
My back.
I weep for the departed. It shall fall.
Sure, I'll play along. It's on me.
It's better to make
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Disorderly noise.
By your... Since you're already here, why not have a meal before the...
They are part of the melody.
Watch your head.
Enemy data secured. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Noisy.
Destined for oblivion.
My back.
I weep for the departed. It shall fall.
On this 8th day, I grant myself departure.
Well, how should I address you now? Mr. Sunday or Mr. One Week?
Whichever you prefer. He's probably mocking me from inside right now. Thank you for accompanying me through all this, Mr. Yang. This farewell journey has come to an end.
What are your plans after leaving Penacony?
At this point, there's no need to hide things from you. I believe there's more to the incident involving the Stellaron on Penacony.
Are you suggesting that the Dream Master wasn't?
Don't worry. The Oak family was indeed behind seizing the Stellaron, and resurrecting the fallen Eon during the Charmony Festival, and you've already defeated them. But Mr. Gopherwood once told me that all the Order's efforts were aimed at avoiding the same mistakes that the Harmony made. My guess is that the family from the Montour system must be involved. Unfortunately, too much time has passed to verify that. Penacony is just a small territory, and even the family heads would be, in the worst-case scenario, if Xipe turned a blind eye. Mr. Yang, I just want to tell you this. The Harmony has more than one side. They can be the most steadfast ally of the Astral Express, or the most feared.
Thank you for being honest with me. The efforts of the crew. After all this, the Harmony and the Preservation will keep the situation on the planet of festivities in balance. With the momentum from the Trailblaze, more forces will arrive and Penacony will become a public. Freedom is the only answer the Nameless can offer. I'm glad that Penacony needs.
You and I both strive for a peaceful society, even if our reasons are different. If not for our paths, perhaps you and I wouldn't be in opposition.
Don't sell yourself short. We're not fundamentally opposed. This shared journey is my way of repaying you. You are one of my trailblazing goals.
About that, you've given me many insights as well. Humans are the measure of everything, and no one is the sole savior. Creating a paradise remains one of my lifelong ambitions. While I lack the will to trailblaze, nor can I become I admire your convictions. Perhaps what I need. Therefore, after leaving Penacony, would you consider letting me come aboard the Astral Express and travel with you for...
So this is why I brought him here. Mr. Sunday wants to join us on the...
I learned the most valuable lessons from my past opponents.
Well, you did get nerfed.
Thank you all for your forgiveness. Perhaps I'll find the answer I'm looking. Until then, rest assured.
Now that our business on Penacony is settled... try?
No? We're Indeed, this is only a minor ripple that no one will ever notice. So, you must also understand, for a genius, the importance of asking questions outweighs the importance of the answers themselves. So-called magic has its own set of principles. There are no mysteries in this universe that cannot be solved. So, all-seeing presence. I ask you this. What is divinity?